women to go down this road, this is what I'm talking about. Since a lot of these women are very young when they first sign their deal, they're not really confident in who they are yet. They're very susceptible to suggestions that the music industry makes, and this is one of them. You gotta change the way you look in order to get a look. And the thing about this is there's absolutely no guarantee that you're going to become popular or going to make it to that level that you're going to make it to. However, the promise alone of making it to that place ends up pushing a lot of women towards getting these enhancements. This ain't no different from the industry, kind of pushing a lot of rappers to talk about certain things that are destructive. Obviously, they do that because those are the kind of records that sell. And just like in this case, the issue with that is once you do it one time, you're going to do it another time, and then you're going to do it 3 times and 4 times. But before you know it, years down the road, you not only look like a completely different person if you indulge in a lot of cosmetic surgery, but you end up in a place where you literally completely lost yourself. Historically, it doesn't usually end
They getting on the train.
Getting a BBL or just
19?
getting your ticket done.
He got off.
It ends with you changing your face 10 times after that. Lil' Kim is a good example because Lil' Kim used to be very.
I want to push that shit so bad, but I don't even got good weed.
Something I can't really recognize.
Get right here.
So,
what's your ear? I'm getting off.
Okay.
It's a replay.
And it's crazy because she's
Not.
She's blessed with naturally good looking features, but I guess something in her head told her that she wasn't good at it, which usually that's the case, right? Unfortunately.
Right on me.
And the biggest issue with this is a lot of these celebrities and a lot of these level players, they have so many young kids looking at them and looking up to them and essentially just idolizing everything they do and their every move. And so when they see their favorite celebrity changing like this over time, unfortunately, subconsciously, it sends a very destructive message to their mind. I don't think they have to change their ways in order to appease a bunch of strangers' kids, but we gotta acknowledge how much influence they have, and we also gotta acknowledge what kind of detrimental effect this
Oh my God, I was changing my inventory.
Just in general promotes a bunch of standards and images that are not attainable for the average person. And once we get this imagery drilled into our minds enough times, eventually that starts to shape society at large. And then we have a bunch of little girls talking about, hey, I want to get a BBL at the age of 16, 17. And all this, really, at the end of the day, man, it's just a breeding ground for insecurity. And that's why we have so many people using things on the outside to try to cover up why they feel so bad about being who they are at their most natural state. And you know what? I don't even blame people, man, because society every single day is trying to tell us that we need something in order to feel good. You need to have that photo to feel good about yourself. You need to look like this to feel good about yourself.
Fucking auto shotgun takes a year to reload, bro. I can't do shit.
Your life actually matters. And this is all happening because, hey, a big part of why society is running the way it's running is because of consumerism. Keeping up with the Joneses. You ever heard that term? Well, it's a very real thing. And it keeps us as human beings in this rat race, if you will, where we're always looking for the next and best thing that's going to change the way we feel about ourselves. Definitely not the best direction society's going in. And I think a lot of us just need to be aware of this, just so we don't fall victim to it. Because every single day when you wake up and go on social media, you get bombarded with images of perfection. Obviously, it's all a smokescreen because ain't no such thing as perfect. Doesn't exist. As for Glorilla, she is unfortunately feeding into the unrealistic standards that the industry has placed on women. She's obviously not the only one. It's most female rappers in the industry. It is what it is. Don't really think there's a way for us to come back from all this. That's how the game is set up, unfortunately. Anyway, if you made it this far, can you do me a favor and like the video if you enjoyed this conversation? Obviously you did because you made it till the end, so make sure you like. Thank you, I appreciate you. Thank you. Any thoughts on this conversation right here? This female rapper failed the test. Do you agree with me when I say that, or do you think there's another side to the story? Curious to hear what you have to say. Definitely let me know in the comment section below, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
You wanna go snooty? Yo?
Yeah.
Now, Kanye versus Nicki, 6ix9ine versus his girlfriend, Story. Lil Baby, this is Gunna, and Kodak Black said, what? Welcome back to another multiple topics in a video. If y'all want me to continue this, you gotta show me some love by liking this video, okay? I'm not the one to waste time, so let's just get into this, right? So the first topic we're going to talk about is Nicki Minaj versus Kanye West. So if you guys have not been paying attention to the state of things in music right now, Nicki Minaj is one of the most talked about people in music right now because she recently dropped her album Pink Friday 2. Very much anticipated project because Nicki Minaj, she's a really, really popular artist. She's literally at the top of the food chain. And the last time she dropped the project was back in 2018 when she dropped Queen. So the release of Pink Friday 2 has literally been shaking things up in the industry. Mainly because we're talking about Nicki. I mean, Nicki just has a lot of influence in the industry. So my quick thoughts on the album before we move on. I'll be honest with you, man. I'm not really too crazy about this album. And you know what? I'm going to give it a little more time, that's for sure. But I listened to it and I left this album liking a couple songs, and that's about it. I was expecting a whole different energy from Nicki this time around. There were too many songs on here that didn't really hit for me personally. I felt like I didn't really get anything that just completely blew my mind, which that's a standard for any Nicki album. Usually when Nicki Minaj puts out an album, she leaves you wanting more. For this release, however, I feel like I got too much, and that's not a good sign for me when it comes to music. I'm gonna give it a little more time to actually digest it. Personally, I don't really believe in this whole thing where people supposedly are able to take in an entire body of work in like a week. Personally, I think that's completely BS. People just don't really take their time with albums nowadays. That's just how it is. Now, aside from some of my thoughts on this album, let's actually move on to this story right here. Kanye versus Nicki Minaj. So, you don't know what's going on, well, let me inform you. So, yay, for anyone who doesn't know, you should know because Kanye is very loud right now. He's gearing up towards dropping his forthcoming album, Vultures. Now, Vultures would have actually been out at this.
Where's the kid gliding in? Right here.
This is
in the water?
Play, right? So there's a song.
Bro, I can't hit shit with this, bro.
Back in 2018.
He's dead ass in the water. 50 white?
This song has been out for a long time, i.e. It's been leaked, okay? It's on the internet right now. You can listen to it. But the official song actually never ended up being dropped by Kanye. So it was a record that Nicki was featured on with Kanye and Dollar Sign, aka if I'm featured on your record, well, it's my record now. So, now the song ended up never dropping, so it was just sitting in Kanye's vault up until now when he wanted to put it on his album, Vultures. Now, something that you should know about this record right here is that Nicki actually wanted this record to come out a long time ago. And this is something a lot of people don't know, but Nicki, right behind the scenes, she was actually trying to make this record come out, and that's because a lot of her fans were saying, hey Nicki, when is New Body with Kanye gonna come out? So she did some things on the back end, like she was communicating with Kanye about this record coming out. Now, despite her efforts, the song never ended up coming out, okay? And that's presumably because Kanye didn't want it to come out at that time. So this is all very important because now we're going to move on to what Kanye West said, and then what Nicki said, and then we're going to go back to what Kanye said. So let's actually go over some of these things right now. So about 2 nights ago, the man Ye himself, he hopped on Twitter and he posted a screenshot. Now the screenshot was a message that he sent to Nicki Minaj's phone, and it has a green text.
I got shockwaves.
Hold on, get in front of me. Good. If it's green, then adding a good sign, right? But anyway.
Wait, Peter's won. Let's kill him. He's outside.
I called you about clear New Body on the new album. But on this tweet, they tagged Nicki Minaj.
80 on Midas.
This is tens of thousands of people.
1 HP. 1 HP on Midas. On God. Dead. And I got Peter on me. He won.
So people are essentially hounding Nicki to clear the verse because that's what has to happen if an artist is collaborating with another artist. They have to clear the verse. Like, hey, we can drop it. There's also legal stuff that comes into play.
Drop AR ammo. I got 4 bullets.
Now, he ended up responding to Kanye, and she did so by saying that trade has left the station. No disrespect in any way. I just put out a new album. Why would I put out a song that has been out for 2 years?
I think it's a bot.
Now, regarding Kanye,
right on me?
that trade.
Dead.
Teammate from the back.
Teammate on me. It's another Mighty. 40. I'm putting a shockwave in. 2 Midases? Dead. Dead. Another team pulling up.
In other words, Nicki said no.
He's waiting right here.
No.
I gotta pop a neck.
She don't want to clear the verse, and she had her.
Oh yeah, I gotta heal.
Now, Kanye decided to say some things about Nicki responding to him. What he specifically said was, I made that girl rewrite her verse 3 times for Monster. I supported her career, so I don't know what it is.
Well, let's get Vault.
Okay. I made that girl rewrite her verse 3 times. I supported her career. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know what it is. You got that head.
Well, actually, they're not gonna come down.
You know what I'm saying? But we gonna get this. We gonna get this. Or we just say, what?
Where he's coming, he's coming.
So Kanye, like,
He's about to hit it, he's about to hit it.
Dumbfounded, because in his mind, he thought that Nicki would just jump
Chase him,
on
chase him,
his
chase him,
feet
this is
and be
one.
like, oh, let me clear it for you because you're dropping your album. Boom. The fact
On
that
me?
she wanted to drop the song earlier, and the fact that
Nigga got himself
Kanye
stuck, bro.
did want to drop it earlier. I think from Nicki's
I need to
perspective,
stop
she's
getting
probably
mean,
looking
bro.
at it as,
Why am I always
you
the one
didn't
that
want
gets
to move in my
fucked up?
time. Why should I move in your time now? Just like
Said
how
what?
Kanye West moves in his own
I'm
time
always the
and
one
he doesn't
them
take
niggas
orders from
only
nobody.
hit. Like,
Nicki
how the fuck did I
Minaj
end
is the
up
same exact way. That's
That
how
nigga
she's
didn't
been
even hit me
operating her
once.
entire time in the
Yeah,
industry.
that nigga
So Kanye obviously forgot that he's dealing with a female version of himself. Because if I had to pick like
I got a
a woman
purple
in the industry who kind of resembles Kanye like in a spirit
I'm going
or
zone.
personality form, Nicki Minaj is really definitely that person for sure. I'm just a little surprised by the fact that Kanye's, expecting Nicki Minaj to jump fences to clear her verse. Because first of all, she's dropping an album. So what do you think she's focused on? She's focused on her own. Just like how Kanye's focused on Vultures and what he got going on. Well, same thing for Nicki. She's not focused on what Kanye's doing. She's focused on what she got going on. And she just dropped an album for the first time in 5 years. And just like she said, and this makes a lot of sense, if she clears this verse, yeah, that is a feature on an album that's probably going to be very popular because it's Kanye. The industry is competition, so technically she's going to be competing with herself. Artists who are as big as Nicki this time around do not, and I repeat, they do not make any moves that'll take anything away from their own project. So for Nicki Minaj, this is obviously a business decision, 100%. That's really what it is. And I can't really blame Nicki Minaj for making a decision where she's just looking out for her business because that's what Kanye is doing. Kanye's agenda is, I'm trying to drop this album right now and I want Nicki to clear this verse. Well, let's keep in mind that this is a 5-year-old record. What makes you think that she's automatically going to want to clear the verse from 5 years ago? Because you're asking. Especially since she just dropped her album.
They're trying to get
That's what she's
work out.
focused on right now. And also too, if Kanye really wanted
I gotta go up
don't you think that he would have done all this all the time? The reason why he's doing this now is because he's trying to do this as a kind of rollout. So I don't really think Kanye cares too much about Nicki's verse as he does about the hype for his album. That's really what I think is going on here. But obviously Nicki Minaj ain't stupid. She knows exactly what's going on. As to why she didn't want to clear the verse.
You get percent from Tower still?
Yes. That girl, obviously we talk about Kanye West, and hey, he does address a lot of people in very strange ways.
Yeah.
So after this, I'm not sure if Nicki's ever going to want to clear this verse right here. Although, we're talking about Kanye, so we couldn't really just drop it without her permission. And yes, he would have to deal with some things legally on the back end if he chooses to do that. But then again, I'm not really too confident about the fact that Nicki would pursue my litigation. Maybe
People
she
pulling
doesn't
up.
really care too much about whether he fits it.
Meaning? 70s?
Or not. Move on to the next topic,
30?
which is 6ix9ine.
89 white?
1 HP?
Actually got beat up by his girlfriend. Yes, that actually happened. And even though I don't
That
like
wasn't
6ix9ine,
the
this is
bomb.
not one of those videos
Hey, our
where
bounty's
I'm
pulling back
saying
up.
anything bad about 6ix9ine
Alright.
because it's a pretty serious topic. So if you guys don't know what's going on, right? The other day there was this clip that surfaced on the internet where 6ix9ine was seen getting beat up by his, I believe, ex-girlfriend now, or it should be his ex-girlfriend by this
Where they
point.
at?
Now, this clip surfaced after 6ix9ine himself posted a video of his girlfriend just acting belligerent. She was literally kicking his car, and then she had like this object, I don't know what it was, but she literally hit his arm, like
You see the
really
box?
hard, like boom, hit his arm as he was holding his phone. This saw some very violent vibes.
The bounty left.
Whatever you want to call it, just violence. And then there's another clip that he posted where she's literally like hitting him, trying to stop him, way, and literally like he has like this ski mask on his face, right? And then she drags the ski mask down, and then she pushes him. And then there's another clip where they're in the garage, and then she has like another object, and then she literally hits him or tries to hit him because he stops her. She
And it's a cash,
hit him in the
as soon as
face
we
with
get it,
6ix9ine just like uses his arms to like shield himself.
Try to go back up to get that,
So
one
this
of them
story has been
cars.
going pretty viral. A lot of people are talking about it. And you know what, man? This is actually not funny at all. Like, this is kind of entertaining for a lot of people. But honestly, it's not entertainment. This is just sad to me. Toxic relationships are a very, very real thing. And there's a lot of people in this world, okay, maybe even you right now, find themselves in situations where they end up with a person who is either abusive physically or abusive mentally. And a lot of times people stick around because they think that that's what they deserve. And that's obviously a bold-faced lie, because the one thing you do deserve is someone who respects you enough to not put their hands on you. That is a fact. Now, if you do think that this is something that you deserve, i.e. getting beat on, that's because you have certain beliefs about self-worth as a human being. And those thoughts about your self-worth, which are very destructive, they keep you in a state of thinking that you did something to deserve this kind of treatment. So some people feel like, oh, I did something to trigger them, which had them angry, and that's why they beat on me. If it's not that, then it could be a damaged sense of self-worth. That's another big one. Sometimes people can not only make you feel like you deserve something as cool as getting beat on, but they can also,
it's the game we need to win, bro. God,
the person that you were before you got together with this person. Another one is fear, and this is a really big one. Just like how, for example, let's say the cops pull up the black ass at 2 a.m. You're going to have a little bit of fear, come on now. Especially if there are no witnesses who can testify to what happened if something happens. Fear is definitely one of those things that keeps someone trapped in a relationship where they're getting abused 100%. That's a really big one. And usually, unlike this story right here, it's women who are more prone to be victims of abuse because men are stronger. So it is what it is, right? That being said, obviously this is universal. I mean, this 6 ix story should be the prime example of that. Men can also be the victims of abuse, if not physically.
I need to put a scope. I need to put a scope on that bitch.
The cure to all this knowledge,
you got 5 big pots, nigga.
strong enough to walk away from something.
I can't pick this AR.
The issue with us human beings is
bro, I can't pick this shit up.
Put a highlight on the positives of a person's character rather than the negatives. So even
bro, I
if,
can't pick it
let's say
up.
things are really bad with a person that you're with,
Bro, is this shit bug? Try to pick it up.
that you have with them. I mean, even if they're really like abusing
The blue.
and you see this with a lot of women. You always hear stories and see this in society where a woman is with a man.
You got it?
Yeah.
Consistently. And then her family is like, why are you with this man? And most times she
There's a medallion in Storm right now.
It's like she cannot even explain why she's with this
No,
man.
not work.
And this is also kind of like as a side note, this is why
It's a launch pad right
They
here.
just rebooted. Yes, it is. Go.
I'm about to hit the launch
The
pad.
truth is, we never really know what's going on behind the scenes between two people. That is a fact. People can keep up appearances and make things look very good on the outside, but as soon as you get to the truth, things are actually hell on the inside. You know what they say, right?
On me?
Nothing
Dead?
that you see. This is one of the reasons why celebrity relationships and like celebrity couples and all that, why that stuff never really made sense to me. Like they couldn't base their entire relationship on what celebrity
Oh my
couples
god,
are
I'm
doing.
stacked.
That's just insane to me, honestly.
I literally got the best loadout in the
Regular
game.
human beings, you know what I'm saying? But like regular human beings out here in quote unquote
let me go
relationships, all of humanity, right?
Yeah.
Keep up appearances where they don't have anything to gain, but
Niggas even hate
said, do you need a pop?
where literally millions of dollars is at stake.
Huh?
You think that's real? Absolutely not.
You want a popper?
Oh yeah, I'm a
Plastic
fucking.
titties. I have nothing against plastic titties, by the way. What are you doing?
Let's get it
It
searched.
kind of goes back to
I just got another tab.
It's not very
Let me
serious
fuck
about
that.
that. And I know that in society there's this notion, I guess, that
Not in
Oh,
there.
you took it?
I'm carrying Mexican. I got you.
What people don't realize is that just because a man is stronger than a
Well, I
woman
got a
physically,
phone
that
right
doesn't
now.
mean that every single man out here is violently.
It's another cat.
Even if she gets
You walk away from it when you feel bad.
you know, even if she
I don't even know. I
I
think
like the
respond
percentage.
to her hitting me, I mean, guess who's going
it
to jail?
was one right there
You,
too.
nigga. And you know what? You should actually go to jail because what you could have done is you could have literally just walked away.
You got a
That's the
grapple
solution
gun?
to this. Oh my God,
Yeah.
out there, man. You ever find yourself in a
Okay, come on,
situation
man.
like
You
this?
got
You just
sniped.
walk away.
Watch
You
out.
don't respond.
Yeah, I know. I seen it from over there.
You don't really do anything, but just walk away.
There's a guy.
Like I'm saying,
Bro, what the fuck was that?
just walk away. So like that apartment door, you open that door and then you walk away.
I was about to say they got flagged. They took that shit out.
That's how you
You
solve
go- you
this.
go- you
Is it
pushing
easier
him?
said than done?
He's still
Well,
hard scoping.
Yeah, what in this life
He's
is
hard
not easier
scoping?
said than done?
Where?
If you unfortunately end up with a person who feels
Bro, I can't afford to lose. I got the best
the
loadout
only
in the
thing
game.
you can do is just walk
Alright, so
away.
you want to rotate over to me?
Because any other response is just going to amplify the problem.
Yeah, right
that you
above
have
you, right
at your
above
hands at that moment. And also, too, and this is a big one, but again, fix another human
Yeah, I see him
being
now.
who sees
I'm not
abuse
peeking
as a
that shit.
potential response to
So you want to just grapple over there?
it just doesn't work.
Yeah, try not to get.
Wait, no, they coming to us.
They're grappling to us.
If it's not physical abuse,
Just watch out. They probably
say
trying to bait
something
shit for a
try to
snipe.
trigger you and make you feel bad by
What is that?
Lose that sense of who you are. And they're doing this because
went
they
the
want
other
you
way.
to
They
feel
hit
bad about
zipping.
yourself so you can have that strength to walk away.
Rotate behind
There's a
him.
lot of
Rotate
people
behind
like
him.
this in this world, and you just gotta be smart enough to spot them, and you gotta be smart enough to keep them. With that topic being out of the way, I'm just gonna say 6'9" is smart enough and actually leaves.
They're down here. They're down here.
Doesn't look like he's
I'm with you.
down there. But I hope he smartens up and I hope
Oh, they got a fucking box. 19.
Next time around.
Shockwave. 50, 50 white. Push that, push that.
So if you guys don't know, right, Lil Baby the other day just got a little 2-pack, 2 records.
I just got blank.
But anyway, by the way, Lil Baby just like lost.
Nigga ran it.
Dead. Clearly, I don't know what's going on with Lil Baby, but it just does not sound as good as it used to sound. But he dropped this little 2-pack the other day, and on one of the records called 350. He actually ended up missing and yeah, very like specific line. So first he says, I know one day it's gonna hit me, bro ain't never coming back. I ain't never say nothing about it, nigga. You know you were back. So obviously a shot at Gunna, who's honestly doing
good
right now. But you guys know the drill. Gunna ended up taking a plea deal, and you know everybody had something to say about it. The funniest thing about this was like seeing fans get overly emotional about the fact that Gunna took a plea deal. Like, what does that have to do with you? But then again, we're also seeing like a lot of rappers coming out saying, "Oh, Gunna, you're a rat. We got black rappers in the industry because he took a plea deal and he's a rat, and you know, there's no place for rats in hip hop." Well, first of all, there's no place for.
I think I'm getting pushed.
And rapists in hip hop, but a lot of these guys have careers and they're
I don't rotate towards the right.
It's not even talking about Diddy.
They're down here.
I think that there are guys like Diddy specifically in hip hop.
You got Miz, right?
Doing their dirt in private, and that would conclude basically a lot of this stuff is happening. It's just that
in his
dirt is getting.
You got an extra make it?
Yeah, I got 2 more.
So the street, I guess, mentality, or whatever,
On me?
I don't know what to call it. Just to me, this is backwards. This entire thing is just backwards since day one. It just does not make any sense. As a culture and as a genre, we really have other things we need to focus on. Like, there are some very spiritually dark things in hip hop right now that are going completely unaddressed. One of those things is, I don't know if it's
You trying to jump in my box? Dead?
Who's out here talking about murder and pushing a bunch of dope into his community and he's getting rewarded for this? Like, maybe we need to focus on that a little bit. But then again, guys like Lil Baby, getting millions of dollars from portraying this, you know, street image. That's the reason why Lil Baby where he's at. And the fact that you're still focused on Lil Baby, that tells me where your mind is at. This Gunna thing is just so played out. And the fact that we're still talking about this, I'm literally mind blown. At some point, man, I think we just gotta let it go. And yeah, we gotta focus on these other things that are going on in the culture.
I don't know if I can get you, bro. Yeah, I can't.
I got a medkit.
You got a medkit? Give it to me.
We can't really focus on the things that don't really. And I'll say this: there's a lot of entities out here that really benefit from the dysfunction that hip hop promotes. One of those things is this right here. Okay, grown ass rappers, Lil Baby is like 28, 29. Grown ass man has this.
I got 3 medallions on my body.
Because trust me when I say that.
Fuck, I got every medallion in the game.
It's not something that we should be discussing. But here I am, literally covering another rapper, okay? Another rapper who's like 28, 29 years old, who still has this man on his mind, who's doing really good. He's literally sleep listing on his records, and it's like, it don't make sense. Like, at some point, we have to run, right? Personally, I think this is how things played out. But, you know, what do I know?
Am I making this shit out?
What do I know? Now, moving on to the next topic. By the way, like this video,
So what?
But moving on to the next topic.
To the right.
Which is regarding Kodak Black. Now, Kodak he was doing this Instagram live, and he made a little confession, if you will. The clip has been going viral, but essentially Kodak.
Where was I getting sniped from?
They're not saying live.
Up here?
Doing cocaine, which is a little strange because he has a couple of lines and
I'm not getting pushed.
But anyway, let me just play you this clip right here, and then we'll continue talking about it.
And that's why I done told y'all.
I think this guy's on too.
Told me later, bro. I ain't in this shit. I ain't like
So that was Kodak Black speaking, this language called Yakanese, which is a language that only Kodak Black speaks. Because whenever I hear Kodak talk, man, I don't know what he was saying. I'll be honest with you. But Kodak was telling us in this language called Yakanese that has actually tried meth. which is crazy, right? But maybe not so crazy because he actually does have this line on one of his records called Versatile 3. Where Kodak Black says this. He says, I just hit a lick on Copins. They won't hate you being yourself. They want the cards that you was dealt. Got so much ice. They wish you melt. Gave me a demo of that meth. Gave me a sample of that meth. Yeah, I tried it and I liked it. Kodak Black says. On this live, he goes talking about how, hey, I've never done cocaine. And the reason why he brought up the cocaine is because if you've been paying attention to the news, recently Kodak actually got arrested for cocaine possession in Florida. We got booked into custody a few days ago.
He literally had every medallion.
But what happened was he got charged with improperly stopping or parking his vehicle,
I had 4, bro.
possession, and tampering with evidence. And then he ended up getting bailed out in
Instead
jail.
of the grappler?
After this news actually ended up going viral.
I might need movement.
So cocaine possession said,
Oh, yeah, you right.
yeah,
Good
I
call.
was on cocaine. Now, what a lot of people
And I just got
don't know is
matched
that
from that
Kodak
shit.
is actually on literally another one of his records, right? Just like the,
I think I should go zone
lyrics,
first.
right? On one of his records titled Kirk McGurk, he's actually
And you know,
admitted
I think we still got flunked that
to
too.
cocaine. And
Tells you
he says,
that.
I'm gonna go and change his speed. I'm gonna, damn it, funk off. So continue. Kodak says, I'm gonna go and change his speed. I'm gonna cocaine and weed. Smoking on Kirk McGurk. Sipping on syrup with the perk. Now that's crazy. Kodak, I feel like, is one of the only rappers who can say off the wall things like this and no one notice. I mean, they really do it for Kodak to say, bro, but it's
Oh my god, these niggas have a bot.
He actually said it in his record. On a serious note, though,
He's gonna
Kodak
give you the 85.
honestly,
He's gonna give you the 85.
never really looks all that evidence. Meaning, whenever I've seen him do
Bro, I'm just fighting the fucking bot.
Don't do it. He got
I just noticed that over the years, he's kind of progressively gotten worse. I mean, his physical health has kind of deteriorated. If you look at a lot of his older lives, he had like a little bit of that light in his eyes, but and I don't know if this is due to other things as well, but over time, it just feels like he's been less.
Right below you. That wouldn't.
Honestly, I feel like, hey, there has to be some drugs involved. I remember that one Instagram live that he did. I'll put it on the screen right now, but goddamn, man, it just did not look good. Kodak was literally on the floor just saying a bunch of nonsense, and there's someone recording him, and then they put it on for the whole world to see this.
Niggas don't want to fight it solo.
Honestly, I feel like that was a man in pain. That was not something that I could really laugh at. He was on the ground saying
Zone
a bunch
over
of
here.
stuff, just like mumbling, saying things that just aren't even there. Almost like he was talking to himself, right? Which, hey, I'd be talking to myself.
All I do is what the
Why? The state he was in, if you've seen this video, anyone
gotta
with
chill, bro.
a set of 2 functioning
That shit
eyes would tell you that this is a man who's not doing too good.
Yeah,
The issue
you
with
get
hip-hop
wrong, man.
specifically is that, first of all, we don't really take addiction seriously. That's number one. Number two, unfortunately, there's too many popular rappers with a lot of influence out here promoting and encouraging addiction in their records all the time. That's quite common. So that's kind of that's why it's culture right now. And a lot of fans are on board with it. They're listening.
Get his match.
Bro, I can't edit the fucking wall for these dead.
There's nothing wrong with it. Even though we've lost countless artists, I haven't seen too many rappers admitting to trying meth.
Oh my
That's
God.
one thing I'll tell you. And this is because in
Oh my God,
there's
yeah.
certain
Zone
drugs
is right on
that
your
are
ass.
deemed as cool, and then there's other drugs that are deemed as not. Like cocaine isn't one that
Your metal,
too
switch
many
the
rappers
metal
are
and-
open with. A lot of them be sniffing at cocaine, and that's for sure. Cocaine is more like a rock star thing. But in hip hop, we do talk a lot about the liquid
I could
heroin,
clutch this
which
shit.
ain't
It's all solos
all
left. All
that,
solos
but
On
literally
God.
ain't any better, man.
On
It
God.
literally eats you from the inside out. It literally destroys your organs if you didn't know. Not only does it slow down a person's heart rate, sometimes to the point where they eventually stop breathing, it's also in high doses, or if you mix it with other substances, deadly. It
This
also
nigga's getting
causes
focused.
seizures, particularly in people who are already at risk of having seizures. Genetically, some people are just more prone to have seizures. It also causes death or decay. It also leads to hallucinations in some people. That's why if you've seen, like, let's say, a rapper during an interview, you might know someone who, let's say, sips things that has like
He's dead to Storm, bro.
It's because they're seeing things that
Nigga had 1 kill.
it actually impairs your vision
I got
as well.
one.
So that's another thing. Now, as for meth, well, I'm not going to tell you
That's my
all
fault,
negative
bro.
things. Meth, that's because
Damn, I'm back to 70%.
Seriously, look, meth is absolutely horrible, and I hope
What's your percentile?
Kodak Black isn't
38.
I
just went to Villa.
Trouble because as we all know,
Let's just go snooty every game, trying to.
just somehow end
Yeah.
up in prison. Just, I mean, it's a second home at this point, right? Come on. I mean, Kodak Black got pardoned by the U.S. president just for him to end up back in prison. That's crazy. Like, at some point, we're going to run out of chances because unless you are a cat, okay, unless you're out here meowing, i.e. you got 9 lives, well, at some point, all that luck is going to run out. But anyway, there you have it.